In this segment, we'll look at creating a knowledge base in Confluence that can be used by both customers and your teams from Service Desk. Documentation should support your client base users. This is where a knowledge base is invaluable. Having a knowledge base can relieve the pressure on your support team by allowing your customers and your team members to find answers for their problems and issues themselves. Any service requests can be automatically directed to a related article in the documentation. The pattern of service requests can identify gaps in your documentation or in the functionality of your product, helping you identify user needs. Jira Service Desk links into the Confluence documentation space to create an integrated knowledge base and can be used responsively to generate knowledge-based articles. Before we move on any further, let's first review exactly what Jira Service Desk is and how it helps support your products, teams, and customers. A service desk is a Jira project with support-related functionality added in. The image you see in the slide is of a Jira Service Desk project from the Jira view. The people who work in this project and provide support are called agents. Agents, along with standard Jira users, will get a standard view of a Jira project with the Service Desk functionality, such as support queues and customer lists. The people who submit support requests are known as customers. They see the Service Desk, or the customer portal, not the Jira project. They access this via a separate URL. They don't see the Jira interface or Jira functionality. They see a user-friendly portal, such as the one you see in the slide, where they can submit a request, which is a simplified version of a Jira issue. The customer has the extra benefit of being able to manage their request using email. What Jira Service Desk does, and what is important for us in this course, is that it can link a Service Desk project to an integrated knowledge base. There are two types of users for whom this integration is invaluable, and we've already mentioned these two user types in the previous slides. They are the customer using Service Desk and user agents who take care of customers. Let's consider how a Service Desk works. It allows for customers to request support via an easy-to-use portal. Then, as a customer, you type in your service request and you will automatically be directed to related articles. This will help save you time because the answers are at your fingertips. If the answers are not there, you can create a request. As a user agent, the answers are available to you too, via the knowledge base, and you don't have to waste time repeatedly sending information to customers. So how do we set this up? Let's see in the next demo. In this demo, you'll see how to link to a knowledge base space in Confluence from a service desk.
In this demonstration, we are creating a knowledge base to help the Financial Service Desk team so that customers can find answers for themselves. First, we are going to create a Confluence space from Service Desk. Here I am in a Service Desk project in Jira. You can see on the left a knowledge base link that looks like a book. Click on that. You can see that I have options to either create a new space or link to an existing one. Of course, if I want to create a space in Confluence, I need to have the correct permissions to do so. I'll click on the option to create a new space, and you can see there's some feedback in this pop-up telling me that a space was created that has been linked to this service desk. I'll go ahead and follow the link through to the newly created Confluence space. You can see this is all set up for me. I'll head back to Service Desk project in Jira. And that's it. I can, if I want to, click on that knowledge base icon again and add in knowledge base articles into Confluence. If you want to manage the way your Service Desk interacts with Confluence, you can. Go to Project Settings in the bottom right-hand area of the project overview. Here you'll see a link to Knowledge Base. Click on that and you can see the settings for the Service Desk. We'll look at these in more detail in up-and-coming demonstrations. And that concludes this demonstration where we looked at how to create a space and link it to your Service Desk.
Let's review the access permissions for this linked knowledge base space.
Service desk agents need to be able to access and manage content in the linked knowledge base space. They need to be granted space permissions so that they can view, add, and potentially delete content. They will need to use a Confluence license in order to do this. Their access permissions can be controlled via space administration. You might be concerned that allowing access to your knowledge base will use up Confluence licenses. You don't have to give customers a Confluence license to access content in the knowledge base. We'll consider the permission settings for customers in the next slide. In the knowledge base administration area of your Confluence instance, you can manage who accesses the knowledge base content in the Access area. You can select either all active users and all customers, or only licensed users who have access to the space. The first option, all active users and all customers, means that everyone with access to your service desk will be able to access content in the linked Confluence space. These people get very limited Confluence access. Unlicensed users can view pages in the Jira Service Desk customer portal and follow a URL to a page and then navigate within the linked space. The second option obviously requires that users have a Confluence license to read knowledge base articles via the Help Center or a link that your team shares. This option is best if only your team or organization needs to read and write articles. Now, let's see another demo. In this demo, we're going to allow unlicensed users to be able to access the content in the linked knowledge base.
In this demonstration, we'll look at access to the service desk linked to knowledge base. Here's my Confluence space, which has been created via a service desk project in Jira. I want users to be able to access the support and knowledge base articles from the service desk without logging into Confluence. I don't want to have to pay additional licenses. I also don't want to open up my space to anonymous access. Let's look at how to configure this so that users can access the content in Confluence without having to log into the application. First, I'll move over to Jira via the hamburger menu, and then I'll navigate to the Service Desk project. Go to the Project Settings cog in the bottom left-hand area. From the Project Settings menu, select Knowledge Base. You'll see that the project and space are linked because that's what we did in an earlier demonstration. Scroll to the Access area and select All Active Users and Customers. You can manage the documentation author's access to this space by clicking this link here. In the permissions that are set up already, all of the members of the Confluence users group in this instance can add pages, attachments and comments, which is enough to manage the content in this space. We might want to refine this and only allow members of the support team user group access to this space. For our purposes, this is okay. Now, I'm going to log out of Confluence and then access the service desk as a customer. In the What Do You Need Help With search box, type in a reference connected to the content we created earlier. As you can see, the content I created earlier gets picked up here. I can click on the link and view the content. And that brings this demo on accessing content in Confluence via a Jira Service Desk to an end.
Next, we'll look at who can manage and change the users who access service desks. We'll look at the different types of users in more detail. But first, let's cover the different permissions needed to manage different users. Jira administrators create service desks, manage licenses, and users across multiple projects. Jira project administrators can add agents. They can also manage customers and organizations. We'll talk about what this means in a moment. Agents can manage customers and organizations. Let's look in a little further detail at the different users for the service desk. Managing who can use your knowledge base and their permissions is essential in creating a service desk that contributes to the knowledge base. In the service desk, the main user set by your Jira administrator will be the project administrator. The project administrator can manage the other users' permissions, such as who can see the project's issues and create, edit, and assign them. Agents work on customer requests and add customers to the project. When a new agent is added into the project, the agent is also assigned a Jira Service Desk license and added to the Service Desk Users group. Customers are the main group of users who send requests to your service desk. Organizations are groups of customers that can be used in multiple projects. When you add an organization to a project, its members can raise requests in the project and share them with the organization. They're also notified about the organization's requests and can view and search them in the My Requests page in the portal. By default, you need the Service Desk team role for a project to manage organizations in it. However, a Jira administrator can restrict organization management to Jira administrators by turning off the organization management setting for that project. To choose who can view the portal, who can send requests to the service desk, and who customers can share requests with in your service desk project, select Settings, then Customer Permissions. Let's review what we've covered so far. Service Desk provides self-service support through the connection to Confluence spaces which are used as knowledge bases. We looked at the different types of users who operate in a service desk: the Jira administrator, the project administrator, agents, customers, and organizations. Knowledge bases can be created easily and quickly, and blueprints and templates can help to present and structure this content. Next, we'll look at how you can create pages from Jira issues.